Hey there, fellow engineers and home labbers. Today we're going to build a Minecraft Bedrock Edition server. This server is going to automatically update itself, automatically create backups. It's going to be accessible from all sorts of devices, iPhones, iPads, whatever you want, Windows. We're also going to look at adding a resource pack or a texture pack to it. And then we're going to do a couple of configuration changes so that it's using what we're giving it, as well as we're going to configure it the way that we want, including a custom seed. Let's get going. This is the simplest way that I've found to get a Bedrock server up and running with effectively no fuss, no muss. There is a simple command. It is this curl command. The person who I found this from has some great guides on setting up your Minecraft server. So we are just going to simply run this. Going to give it sudo. The server label. So we're going to set up the label for this world. And this world, we're going to call it FE Engineer Test. Yep, that's going to be our server label. The IPv4 port. Most people, if you don't have any other Minecraft servers running, will probably want to go with the default 19132. I'm going to go with 29132. Yes. The IPv6, we're going to do 29133. I don't use IPv6, so it doesn't really matter. This will go ahead and pull everything that we need. Start Minecraft server at startup automatically. You're going to want to choose yes. Automatically restart and back up the server at 4 a.m. We're going to go ahead and say yes. With this, technically our server is actually up and running. The Minecraft server has started. You can type screen -r FE Engineer Test. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back and I'm going to reconfigure our world a little bit. With our Minecraft server technically up and running now, what we're going to do immediately is actually stop the server. So for that, we're going to sudo systemctl stop. And then since I named my world FE Engineer Test, we're going to go ahead and do that. So sudo systemctl stop and then your world name. And then if we look, we have minecraftbe. So we're going to sudo, or I'm sorry, we're going to cd into minecraftbe. Then we're going to take a look and we're at cd FE Engineer Test. Once we get into here, we'll start seeing the familiar Minecraft setup. What we're going to do first is we're going to change the server properties. Inside of here, we'll change the server name. Instead of dedicated server, we'll call it FE Engineer Server. The game mode, you can put it into survival, creative, or adventure. We'll go ahead and change it to a creative server. The forcing of the game mode, this forces it to be something or not. Difficulty, we'll change it to peaceful since we're doing a creative server here. However, you can always leave it as easy, normal, or hard. Allowing cheats. Since typically I end up setting these servers up for my children, typically I do actually allow them to cheat. Maximum players. You can put this to any number that you want, but just know that effectively the amount of server hardware you have thrown at this will effectively determine how many people can actually play on here nicely. typically, if you're using a server with something like 4 or 6 cores, you can usually get max players of at least 20 without any real problems. Allow list, leave this as false, otherwise you'll have to allow every single person who can play on it. The server port and the server port IPv6, we already actually set this up, so no need to touch that. Enabling LAN visibility, this basically means, do you want people on the LAN to be able to see this? View distance, since I've got a decent amount of server thrown at this, 4 CPU cores and 8 gigs of RAM, I'm going to up the view distance to 64. The tick distance we'll leave at 4. Player idle timeout, we'll leave it there. Max threads. Since this is actually a dedicated Minecraft server, we're going to allow max threads to go up to as many as possible. The level name, you should probably change this from bedrock level. We'll set a level name to FE engineer level. Level seed. You can use this to set up a randomized world. And there's a bunch of different things you can look at. But you can pretty easily find websites that will tell you all sorts of interesting seeds that you can use to start in different biomes, to start with really interesting worlds, to start surrounded by mountains, ancient cities, and things of that sort. For me, I'm going to choose a mushroom biome. That looks cool. Let's set that up. So let's just copy this. Inside of the level seed, we'll just paste that number in and we'll keep going. Default player permission level. Effectively, members are not allowed to cheat. Operators are allowed to cheat. So if you want people able to set up cheat codes and things like that, just change it over to operator. Texture pack required false. Whatever you want to do with that. After that, I think that's all that we want to change in here. To start up your server, all you need to do is use the same command I used just up the top, sudo systemctl start fe engineer -test.service. Since it's already started, nothing really needed to happen. So with that, let's go take a look. Inside of here, once we get back into Minecraft, we're going to set up a server name. Going to choose FE engineer test, the server address. This one is available on this server. And if we remember, I actually changed the port, so it's 29132. If we hit save, you'll see that the server is in fact up and running, and it says that there's 20 people available. Let's go ahead and go in just so that we can see that things are working appropriately. And look at that, I spawned in, so okay. And there's that mushroom biome. The level seed that I chose said that I would start next to a mushroom biome, and I do. So this seems to be working appropriately. We'll now save and quit. In order to set up resource packs, first what we're going to do is install get. Sudo apt-get install get. Go ahead and do that. Sudo make directory get. cd into that get file, that get folder. From there, I am going to use an RTX texture pack. I'm going to use this one. It's free, it's on GitHub. What we'll notice about this texture pack is that if you go into it on GitHub, it has the manifest file right here all the way from the start. The way that I'm going to do this will require that these manifests be available right inside of this folder. The manifest file simply looks like this. Reduces RTX texture size, ray traced, awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the code button here inside of GitHub. We're going to go through the HTTPS. We're going to copy that. From there, inside of this Git directory, we're going to sudo git clone, and then the piece that we just copied. So it's this GitHub address. Let's go ahead, copy it over. Now that Git has gone ahead and downloaded everything, we can take a look. We can see that our Minecraft textures are in there. We can take a look inside of there. We'll see that inside of that, we have this texture pack, and we'll see that it's also inside of there. The manifest JSON and all the files we're looking for are inside of there. So let's go back to our home directory. We'll go into minecraftbe by CDing into it. Look inside of there. We'll see that our test world that we set up is in there, FE engineer test. CD into that. Look around in here and we can see that resource packs. So let's CD into resource packs. And from our standard installation, we have chemistry and vanilla. So what we're going to do now is we're going to copy that texture pack to here. So we're going to do sudo cp -r, and then we're going to go from our home directory to get, and Minecraft is inside of there, and then the tokomiki, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it exactly. So we're going to sudo cp-r, and then home directory /get/Minecraft textures/tokomiki. And we want to copy all of that to right here. And for that, we just use a dot. So this says to copy everything from that tokomiki directory to right here. And give it our password. So once we look at that, we can see that in fact our resource packs, the tokomiki is now inside of here. So let's go ahead and actually what we're going to do is we're going to CD out of here, CD out of here. And now we're going to go into worlds. So back in your minecraftbe/world name folder, you can CD into worlds. We will create a new file called world resource packs.json. Inside of here, we're going to create brackets. Inside of those brackets, we're going to put curly braces. We're going to put pack_ID and then a colon. Then we'll go back over to this GitHub repository, open it up, go to the manifest JSON file, copy the UUID, put that as the pack ID, then put version inside of double quotes, colon, and then over here we're gonna have brackets. From there, we'll take a look at the version. It's 1,0,1. So we'll put 1, 0, 1. We'll save this file. We'll restart the Minecraft server. We'll see that once we try to go into our Minecraft server, it should ask us we can now see it looks quite a bit different. This is definitely a lot prettier. And some things we can look at inside of Minecraft. Go into settings. Go into video. And we'll see inside of here, there are some, do you want to do ray tracing? And for this, we'll hit yes. And for ray tracing, you can change the level of chunks. I think the default setting is 8 chunks. And with 8 chunks, you really cannot see very far at all. So if you want to update that, go to your settings, go to video. For ray tracing, go ahead and update the chunks. I happen to have a pretty high-end graphics card, so it doesn't have too many troubles when it comes to ray tracing. But with that, settings, and you'll see that it'll actually draw out quite a bit farther. In the background, you can still see it updating the draw distance a little bit. But this is how you get a resource pack so that you can have Minecraft look different. With that, we now have a Minecraft server up and running. We have installed a resource pack. And now let's take a look at setting it up so that it is available to the outside world. To do that, for me, my router and modem is a Unified Dream Machine, and I have it set up at unify.feengineer.com. From there, I can go into my network. From there, we can get to firewall, and what we're really looking for is port forwarding. Whether you're using Unify or something else, what you will need to do is create a port forward rule. And for that, I'll name this FE Engineer Test Minecraft. I'm going to enable this rule, set it for all my interfaces, and then from anywhere on port 29132, I want it to go to 192.168.3.7, and I want it to connect on port 29132. And you can do TCP, UDP, or both. I'm just going to go ahead and say both. And so I will then add this entry. This port forwarding rule, you can see, is set up at FE Engineer Test MC. Once you set that up, you should be able to then, if you have a domain name and things like that, what you do is set up FE Engineer outside we'll change the server name to Internet FE Engineer. The server IP address, I'm going to put minecraft.fe engineer.com. From here, we'll go and change the port to 29132. And this basically says to access my server by going to fe or mc.feengineer.com. And let's see if this works. It's trying to locate my server currently. So I happen to have feengineer.com pointing to my own IP address, so it comes straight to my modem or router. And then because I put in a port forwarding address, it basically says that anything trying to come in on that port automatically goes straight to this server. And this server is the one that's hosting my Minecraft server. So effectively, I have set it all up so that people from the outside world, from the internet, can now access my Minecraft server if they know the correct port, and that it will just run exactly as expected. Hey there, everybody. So wow, we built a Minecraft server that will keep itself up to date, a Minecraft server that will automatically set up backups as well. The Minecraft server will start when even if your server reboots. This Minecraft server has been configured so with the settings that you want. You have set up a seed for the world that you want. You have learned how to install a resource pack. You've also set this server to be available to the outside world. That was a whole lot for one video. Any likes, subscribe, or comments will massively help out this channel, so I would really appreciate it if you can, especially if you got value out of this video. This is by far the easiest way to set up your own Minecraft server, and this can run on a ton of different hardware. Even something like a mini PC is absolutely plenty. A Raspberry Pi can work, but because of the ARM architecture of the chip, it's a little bit different than what we just did. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everybody's time.